Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. We begin just down the I-5 this morning, where the community of Roseburg, Oregon is grieving after the latest mass shooting in the United States. A candlelight vigil was held last night for the victims of Thursday's violent attack. Hundreds of people from the community turned out to pay their respects. On Thursday morning, a gunman walked into a college campus and opened fire. 9 people were shot and killed, 7 others injured. The gunman was a 26-year-old man who was killed in a shootout with police.
This could very easily been avoided. Nobody, not this mass of people, could have been, this wouldn't be here today. And I do know how to shoot a gun myself, so as soon as I turn 21, I will be having my concealed weapons permit. And I will be carrying it daily for this reason.
We spend over $1 trillion and pass countless laws and devote entire agencies to preventing terrorist attacks on our soil, and rightfully so. And yet, we have a Congress that explicitly blocks us from even collecting data on how we could potentially reduce gun deaths. How can that be?
4 men charged in connection with the discovery of a body in North Vancouver are expected to make their first appearance in court later today. Homicide investigators have been looking into Tuesday morning's incident in Lynn Valley. Very few details have been released. 4 suspects have all been charged with indignity to a body, and 2 of them have been charged with kidnapping, but none of them have been charged with murder. The men range in age from 18 to 23, and they all live in Richmond. Police still haven't released any details about the victim and won't say if any other suspects are still on the loose. The man who killed his 3 children in Merritt in 2008 is expected to appear in a new Westminster courtroom later today. Alan Schoenborn was found not criminally responsible for the crimes, but today's proceeding is expected to see the Crown try and designate him as a high-risk accused. That would see his review for more potential freedom from his psychiatric hospital pushed from once a year to once every 3 years. The 5th and final debate of the federal election campaign will take place in Montreal tonight. 4 of the main party leaders will take part in the second French language debate, which is being hosted by the TVA network. Stephen Harper, Tom Mulcair, Justin Trudeau, and Gilles Duceppe are all doing final preparations for tonight's discussion, but Green leader Elizabeth May was not invited to participate. It was a bit of a throwback Thursday in Vancouver yesterday, as former Prime Minister Jean Chretien was in town showing support for local Liberal candidates. Chretien spoke about foreign relations and says the West should welcome any efforts by Russian President Vladimir Putin to help with the military offensive in Syria. He also spoke about campaigning in a federal election in the year 2015. Social media obviously wasn't an issue he had to worry about during his time in Ottawa.
Because sometimes you said something stupid, that doesn't mean that you should be on a penalty box for the rest of your life. But when they resign, it's because they decided to resign.
A big rally was held in downtown Vancouver as First Nations groups launched a massive legal challenge to stop the proposed Northern Gateway pipeline. 8 First Nations, 4 environmental groups, and 1 labor union are asking the federal court to appeal to overturn Ottawa's approval of the controversial project. They say the proposed pipeline and increased tanker traffic will be too much of a threat to salmon spawning grounds and other wildlife along the BC coast.
We've been to court in many aspects over decades and have won over 200 cases in regards to development within First Nations territories in Canada. So our record speaks for itself, and I think once again we'll win this decision.
Wood is the inspiration behind the newest building planned for UBC's campus. Plans for an 18-story student residence have been unveiled. When it opens in 2017, it will be the tallest wood structure of its kind in the world. The $51.5 million residence building will house more than 400 students. Wood is also the main design for the new Vancouver Art Gallery, which was announced earlier this week.